We've been talking a lot of nonsense. It is time, 92 percenters.
Be prepared for the least professionally done interview of all time.
We are in way over our head. This is fucking, I still can't wrap my head around it. You guys are going to love this one.
Or you're going to hate it because we're morons. But
but you'll love that.
Keep your cool. Keep your cool. They're here. Keep your cool. Keep your cool.
I'm super excited. This is fucking
Play
so
it
badass.
cool. Play it cool, guys.
Leo and Benicio, let's go.
And what's up, Travis? What's up, Jason? How you guys doing, man?
It's an honor being interviewed by you guys. Thank you.
Our first podcast, fellas. We don't know what's going on.
Listen, this is the most unprofessional podcast there has ever been. We act as amateurs over here anyways. All right, here we go. Jason, you want to do the honors, my brother.
Oh, baby, our guests today, between them, have 4 Golden Globe Awards, 2 Academy Awards. They have starred in 13 films that have been nominated for Best Picture. Combined, their films have grossed almost $14 billion at the box office. You know them from their iconic roles in Sicario, Traffic, The Usual Suspects, 21 Grams, Guardians of the Galaxy, as well as Titanic, The Departed, Inception, The Revenant, Wolf of Wall Street, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and now as the stars of the new movie, One Battle After Another. 92 percenters, please welcome Leonardo DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. That's an intro.
That was an intro.
That was tough.
Man.
That was tough.
That was like the WWF.
That's what we go for here.
Yeah.
All energy, baby.
Hall of Famer intro, baby.
How we doing, fellas? Doing good?
Good, man.
Great. Thank you.
Coming to the end of this press tour for this movie, we've been all over the world, haven't we? LA, London, Mexico City. Now we're in New York.
Well, we appreciate your time, man. The movie is fucking amazing. I can't wait to hear everybody's reviews when it comes out this Friday, man. You two in the movie, your dynamic is so fucking good. And Leo, you mentioned that it's political without like feeling like you're taking medicine. And I feel like your guys' dynamic of making it fun and making it like the banter is great. The characters are so great. You feel like you enjoy all the characters. When you saw the script, did you see the comedy aspects in there, or like the hints of like comedy that are in it?
I think the comedy came from the writing and the situation that Paul set up. I mean, he based this on like revolutionaries from the late 1960s, put in a modern day context. And then you have my character who's just trying to raise a daughter who can't get off the couch, who's too stoned to get off the couch. He can't remember the password from his past, and his only homie he can go to is his daughter's karate teacher. The comedy just came from that whole setup. And then I just continue to fail over and over. You think I'm going to use these espionage skills from the past, and I just fall off of roofs. We're drinking and driving. I mean,
yeah, that is one of the greatest parts of the movie is like, but beneath like this very heavy setting of like revolutionary things happening and like bad actors and the government and all this, like really it's a movie about a father and a daughter, and it's like so relatable on that level, and then it's also relatable on like you're doing the best you can but you keep fucking up. Like the password scene was just brilliant, and like it's now time, all these safeguards have been put in place to actually help protect us, and we can't even get it done because we can't remember the protocols.
He's got to deal with horrible customer service.
Yeah.
It's so good. But yeah, there's something about, I mean, I'm a sucker for any movie about a father and a daughter, father and a son. Any way you strike it, like there's just something very like visceral when you see a character trying to protect their child. And you guys just, you did it wonderful, Leo. Benicio, you did a great job of keeping the cool. Had to keep Bob in line.
Always had a beer for Bob when you saw him, man. It's just the OG,
Always had a
man.
Modelo Light.
A man's best friend. Yeah. Yeah.
That all came from Paul, though. I mean, Paul was writing this for 15, 20 years. He wanted to do a movie like this that was, that was politically charged, but at the heart of it, it is a story about a father protecting his daughter. I think it was very personal to him too. He wanted to do a story because he was thinking about his own daughter in this crazy world that we live in, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, Leo, you were kind of mentioning before we even started this thing that you had always wanted to work with Paul Thomas Anderson, man, and he's one of the greats. And a guy that, for those that don't know, he writes, he directs, he works a lot of the cinematography. Like there's a lot on that guy's plate going into it. What was it that really made you want to like be a part of something or work with him on a project?
I mean, he's one of those generational filmmakers that come along, once in a lifetime. I remember seeing Boogie Nights for the first time. I was like, damn, this is a cultural moment. I remember playing that CD in my car for months afterwards, just thinking about that movie, the visuals, just the fact that he he delved into the world of porn and made all this humanity out of it. He created human beings, and then he just kept improving himself after that. I mean, from that point on, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, There Will Be Blood was a masterpiece. He's one of those, you just want to be a part of his filmography. You know what I mean? He's one of those great artists that you say, man, I just love to be a sliver in that man's filmography. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that he's one of those few filmmakers out there also that is like totally original, unpredictable. And also, like you said, he brings that human condition, which means he cares about the process of the actor too.
Yeah.
Which makes every actor in this film is fantastic. From small parts, big parts, everyone is fantastic. And that's him.
We got to work with a lot of non-actors too, which was cool. We were in El Paso. We were at the border in Tijuana. We were in Borrego Springs, Northern California. And he brings in a lot of people that have these real jobs, that are real shop owners, corrections officers, military, brings all these people in and informs, the story. Like, what would you do in this circumstance? And what would you say? So we got to work with a lot of people that I think informed what we were doing in a lot of ways.
Yeah. It shined through in the movie. It really does a great job of humanizing some very heavy things throughout. And I always love that when you're seeing both sides, everybody's acting in like self-interest, human interest, and really letting that shine through it's spectacular when a director nails it as well as he did in this film. So well done, fellas.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I kind of wanted to jump on the director bandwagon here. Benicio, you worked with Wes Anderson.
Yes.
In The Phoenician, and I fucking love that one.
Thank you.
It was so, I love the difference in how both of these guys kind of direct in their own worlds and the symmetry and everything. Wes Anderson, what is the biggest difference from a director like Paul and a director like Wes in terms of on set and just for like the viewers that dream about being on a set with these guys and you guys?
Yeah, I think that Wes is a little bit, he's got everything mapped out. And Paul is mapping it out. He's got a playbook too. Paul has a playbook. He knows what he's going to do, but he allows the actors to go in and find, he's trying to catch the reality in the moment. Wes is finding he's trying to find the reality in a contained manner, but you can still bring yourself into it. It's just a little bit more rigid, because I think Wes is a little bit more like theater and Paul is a little bit more like a documentary.
Yeah.
So if you do a play, you got to know your lines. You got to the blocking's got to be pretty much staged. And then I think Paul tries to catch that lightning right there on the spot. He tries to catch it right there. I mean, we did many things that, are not in the film.
Yeah.
But he's just pushing you to you get a chance to improvise quite a bit. But I mean, with Wes's films, you don't as much. But with Paul, you do get to improvise a little bit. And he might just catch something that was never scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
To add to what he was saying, I mean, there's a lot of sequences. I mean, this is his first kind of action movie, Paul Thomas. Yeah. And like we said, he's a master filmmaker. So I was curious what he was going to do in this genre. But he had a lot of stuff, action TBD, road trip TBD. That's to be determined.
Yeah.
This guy comes in straight from Phoenician Scheme and is like, okay, this is what my character is doing. This is what he's not doing. He's got an Underground Railroad situation for immigrants. I know this person in the hospital. And if you kill this guy, I'm not helping him. And we're like,
wow.
So we went, all this stuff. That was what was so cool about working with Paul. We went on we just went on a road trip for a week.
Yeah.
In a way. Well, I
going.
had to set the pick. He had to roll. I set the pick, he goes. Yeah.
Little pick and roll,
So I just went in there. I knew I had to set the pick, you know. I knew that.
All that driving stuff with the Modelo, that happened in 2 days. Paul's like, all right, let's get a new car. Let's get some sort of a building for him to have this system. We just went on a little road trip for the movie because Paul's open to that. You know, I mean, he's not, a lot of writer directors, I feel like, are very rigid in exactly what they want their film to be, but he let us, the actors, really shape the characters and just said, all right, let's go somewhere else. Whole crew, we're moving out west. Go.
That had to be so refreshing, man. And that's so fucking cool. That's got to be not only a badge of honor because he trusts you guys and your professionalism, but that had to be like refreshing coming from other sets, I'm assuming.
Hey, he trusts me driving that car going 35, 40 miles an hour with this guy, our protagonist, LD, sitting on the edge of the window, and I'm driving. Every now and then he will look at me like this.
Epic scene,
hey, are you okay? There was that eye contact right before, But you know, he trusts his actors a lot. Yeah,
He does.
I was going to ask who signed on to this one first between you two?
I did, man. I did. I got to. Paul's interesting. He starts like a conversation with you. You don't know if you're doing a movie or not doing a movie. He's like, let's go have dinner. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go have dinner. We're out in Tarzana, some strange restaurant, just starts talking to you. Then he took us both to dinner, starts talking about ideas. Then he'll maybe whisper about something that you might be involved in. You're like, okay, give me a call when that happens. Then 4 months later, there's another dinner, right?
and then I get a picture. This is the character you're going to play. And he sends me a picture of a tiger. You know, it's a poster. It's a tiger dressed in a judo kimono. And that's Sensei.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it, you know.
Oh, yeah. There's hints of that throughout the movie, too. I remember seeing that in the apartments.
Benicio, are you an actual sensei? Do you do martial arts?
No, I did a little bit when I was younger. I did a little bit of Taekwondo and I did a little bit of judo.
Okay.
Which judo was kind of like interesting. There's a couple moves. There's a couple moves, you know, the sweep that is like, it can get you out of a lot of jams. But, but I'm not a sensei. I'm not a sensei.
Leo, I got to ask you about the taser scene. That was a little bit too good acting.
Dude, like you beat me to it, dude. You got to ask it.
Have you actually been tased before?
Dude, you
got to have felt that to be able to do that good.
I just felt the shock of what it must be like. But no, that was not real.
Watched a few YouTube videos and
a lot of people are like, did you do your own stunts? I'm like, hell no, I didn't fall off that roof, man. I would not be sitting here.
I was in tears, dude.
I would not be sitting here.
I was in tears, man.
That was the cool thing about this character. Every time we got up to the point where, okay, when does Bob do something heroic? And we just were like, nah, let him fuck up again.
Yeah.
He was on his couch getting stoned, and then he found out his daughter's gone. He's paranoid, man. He's not going to be mobile enough to pull anything. All the way to the end of the movie, we still didn't have what the ending was going to be. You know, we're like, is this where Bob does a heroic moment? And then Paul right there's like, no. What you did is moved on to the next generation. She has to accept the trauma of your actions. You're going to do nothing heroic except be her dad and say,
and never give
I'm
up.
here. Yeah, and never give up.
And never give up. Yeah.
Fucking brilliant, man.
Is it harder to act like you've been tased or high on Quaaludes? What's harder there?
Well, I got to say that Quaalude sequence, I didn't know when I was shooting it, but we were there for 3 or 4 days. I thought it was like a couple shots, and Marty had 50 shots set up for me crawling around up and down stairs, falling, getting into the car. I was like, damn, I didn't know this. The tase thing was like 20 minutes. We were
all right, there you go.
Yeah.
Boom, nailed it.
You guys have both worked with, obviously, we already talked about the two Anderson directors, but Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg. Is there anything that like all these guys have in common in terms of all the greats you guys have worked with? Or is there one common denominator?
What would you say if that one common?
I would say that the ability to listen, to collaborate. Yeah. You know, I think the ones that I consider like greats, that they will listen, they're willing to collaborate, and you know, some less than others, but I think that I think it would be like a coach, that listens to what you're on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
You're playing it.
Yeah.
You could sit on the sidelines and, and imagine what it would be like, but it's different when you walk in the line, So I think that the directors for me are the ones that will allow you to that will listen to what you say regarding the actual game,
And I would just add that, some directors, you have to fit into a context or a perception of a world they create. You know what I mean? There's a lot of plots that are hard to unravel, that are very intricate, that doesn't allow a lot of movement. But even those directors, if they allow you as an actor to say, Scorsese says this all the time, I don't care about plot. I don't care about plot. He goes, I want to go with the emotion of what the actor does, because that's the story to me. Sometimes it could be less, sometimes it could be more. But when I watch a movie, those are the moments that I remember,
Right.
I don't think about, this happened in the plot, that happened. I was like, that moment with those actors, that felt like real life to me. It's funny. It's crazy. Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, that moment, he's trying to capture those moments of real life that make you, that make you feel something, that make you feel like you're a part of the story in a way.
I mean, every movie is different. Every story is different. Every co-star is different. So imagine you guys playing with a different team and a different coach almost every other game. The actor has to be flexible, because otherwise you'll break.
On the flip side, is there a common denominator for the actor to have for all these different directors? I mean, you guys have been with some of the best directors ever to do it. Is there a common denominator for you guys that you go in knowing that you have your style of acting, but is there any bend in how you approach things depending on who that director is?
Yeah, I think for me, yes. The bottom line is you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
You can't expect a director to be there for you if you're not there for them too. So you have to do your preparation, whatever it is, understand the story, where you are in the story, because a lot of movies are shot, out of order. So I think that, there's a lot of things that go into play, but I think, you have to also be prepared.
It's like condition training. We got to know our lines. That's the basic fundamentals. Go in there, know your lines, and you're going to adapt to different actors and their style of doing things. Some people want to go more by the script. Some people, for example, like Jonah Hill. I mean, this guy's the greatest improvisational actor I've ever worked with. The guy will take the scene off to left field, and you got to somehow reel it back in and understand what the hell. We have an ending to this scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This character's got to get from point A to, and Jonah Hill will just talk about whatever the hell he wants. And you just got to react. You got to be on your toes. There's different actors in all these different films that have different approaches.
But I'm sure there's a bunch of magic that happens when Jonah does that. And I don't know, there's so many similarities when hearing you guys talk about directors and coaches and teams in football. And that's how us two idiots think about the world. But the best coaches find ways of creating structure and putting in plays, but at the same time, allowing the personality and the uniqueness of their individual players manifest through that, right? That's when it becomes special, is when you have guys who are talented and how can we utilize these guys to their strengths? Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes, and all that. So it just rings so true. And it also makes, not to crap on any director specific style, but as a player, I just love when you get input and you get ownership over what is being created, right? That's what always makes me feel much better about it. And that sounds like exactly the way this movie went down with you guys. And that's got to be just such a great feeling to know that this thing's coming out and the world's going to see it, and that you were not just a part of being an actor, but a part of actually making the creative piece in a more holistic way, right?
Yep. Part of a team.
Let me ask you guys a question. Are some of these coaches way more structured and rigid, and other ones allow you to improvise more? How does it work? Or is it
Leo, there are some assholes out there, man. There are some
I've had the fortune of only playing for one coach. Jason, he's gone through a handful of them, so he's got a bunch of different understanding of it all, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, just between college and the pros, and I was fortunate. I had one offensive line coach in the NFL, and I'm I'm a good teammate. I'm a good player. I've liked in some capacity every coach I've ever played for. There's things you like about every single one of them, and there's things that you wish were different. But I've been a part of the micromanaging coaches that want everything done their way and militaristic. And I just don't think that leads to much creative, like it just doesn't ever become the maximum potential that it could be. And the coaches that know how to get the most out of people and how to motivate them, let their personality show. It's something Andy Reid, that's one of my favorite things he always says, like, let your personality show. He wants his guys to go out there and be themselves because he's going to get the best version of them. Instead of trying to make them fit this specific thing, let's find a way to incorporate this guy into the offense. So it's just done, and it feels better as a player.
It sounds like acting, man.
There we go.
Welcome to Hollywood.
There we go, baby.
Just like
There
that.
we go.
It's exactly like that.
I will say this: Coach Reid came in to Kansas City, and he kind of had to break a culture. So my first taste of Coach Reid was very much you're doing it this way. You're doing it this way. And once we kind of recreated that culture into where he could trust us and we could collaborate and we could make it, that's when we really got the train rolling and started to have a bunch of success, as well as getting a guy like Pat Mahomes.
Everyone starts on that totem pole of you're going to do what you're told to do right now.
Yeah.
And then as they get to know you, as they get to know your strengths, then you start getting they start giving a little bit more. Like as Stout my offensive line coach, starts to understand me and we start talking the same language, I feel more empowered to be like, hey, what if we did this, this, and this? And that's a good idea. I like this. Let's try it out. And then it's just, it starts developing into a relationship.
At least you asked.
Sometimes you can't ask. You got to earn your right. You got to earn your right to party.
Yeah. There we go, baby. There we go, baby.
You got to earn your right, baby.
Here we go.
You already know, baby.
Yeah.
I was saying that sometimes the bullets are flying and you can't ask. You just got to fucking do it.
You got to just go.
I do it. In the middle of a whole situation, you got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And some directors are very structured too, and you got to find your way within their structure.
Yeah.
There's some of them are rigid like that. They have a playbook of exactly how they want the stories to go, and there's not a lot of room to play in that. But I think the funner movies to do are the ones where you get to come in with your own ideas and change stuff around.
And there's something about having an experience, right? So you work with an actor like Leo. For me, he's been around for a while, so I know we can move. A look will mean something. If he wants to go again, I'll get out of the way so he goes again. So there's that, and that helps a lot sometimes. But we had the experience of working with a lot of non-actors in this film, and it was kind of funny because I think that helped Leo and myself bringing the energy and getting these non-actors to get behind us and believe what we're trying to make them believe. Yeah. And it was really funny. They jumped right in line. They came in and it set the tempo for Leo and myself that we were both part of a team.
Yeah.
You guys ever gone off script and had a director looking at you like, come here, son. Come over here.
Oh, yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that with the football ever again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a director once come up to me and say, don't ever take off an article of clothing while you're talking.
Why's that?
I guess for the sound.
Oh, for the sound, because of the mics.
Because the mics.
Audio guys.
Yeah. Audio, well, I don't know, but he was like, wow, what the hell?
Do you guys have a welcome to acting? Like we ask athletes this, and it's kind of like when you first get started. Like I was playing with Michael Vick, and I grew up watching Michael Vick, and it was just like a holy shit moment for me that I'm actually playing football with this guy. When you guys first got going, were there any holy shit, I'm on set with X, or I'm doing a movie here, or I'm a part of something? Like, what were your guys' kind of holy shit moments for acting?
Like holy shit in a positive way, or like a holy shit?
It could be either. It's really whatever stands out.
It could be either. Yeah.
I had some negative ones too.
I probably had more negative ones than I had positive ones.
I remember auditioning when I was very young. I was like a child actor. My stepbrother was an actor, and there were these acting agents that would line you up like cattle, and they just go, and I was a break dancer. I'd break dance for like money on the streets sometimes. So I had like the step haircut.
Oh, let's go.
And
Let's go.
It was like, yes, yes, no. And they look at me, no. And then yes, yes, yes. And they all got agents. And I remember saying to my dad, this is horrible. I went back and they did it again. Yes, yes, no.
No.
And I just remember my dad saying, someday you're going to have your time, son. Just keep at it, keep at it. And then, I got to do, and then another thing that was funny. I first got my, these aren't holy shit. I'm just thinking about my whole past.
No, this is great.
No,
this is
I
holy
love
shit to me. This is holy shit for those agents. Those agents right now are like, what the fuck were we thinking?
Yeah.
And then they gave me you remember your first photos that you got?
Oh, yeah, headshots, yeah.
And they said, your name is too, I finally got an agent. They said, your name is too ethnic. I go, what do you mean? It's Leonardo DiCaprio. They go, no, too ethnic. They're never going to hire you. Your new name is Lenny Williams. I said, what is Lenny? I was 12:30. I said, what is Lenny Williams? So we took your middle name and we made it now you're Lenny. And my dad saw his photo, ripped it up, and he said, over my dead body. And I said, really? Or Benny Dell. Benny Dell?
Benny Dell.
Benny Dell.
Mr. Dell. Yeah.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
a trip. Benny Dell.
Mr.
Yeah.
Dell.
Lenny Williams, Benny Dell.
Benny Dell, let's go.
This podcast would not be the same with Lenny Williams and Benny Dell. I tell you that right now.
That WWE intro would not sound the same.
But that moment that you were talking about of, oh shit, I remember seeing it, and it brings us back to One Battle, was the first time I met Sean Penn.
Mm.
Yeah.
He was that young actor that I was always going like, I want to do movies like he does, the type of movies he does. And I think it was, for me, was Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Well, that had to be cool working with him on this one, man.
Yes. I mean, I didn't get to, I've known him. I've been a part of his films when he directed, but he was that, oh shit, this is Sean Penn. I'm going to go.
Mine was De Niro.
Right.
Yeah. Mine was De Niro, that audition with De Niro that I had.
That's so fucking cool, man.
Are there any other career milestones that you guys are thinking about? I mean, we asked this to Brad Pitt, and ironically enough, he said the next thing he would want to in his career is to work with Paul Thomas Anderson, which is just hilarious that he would. Now we're talking to you guys making a Paul Thomas Anderson film, but what is are there any bucket list career items that you guys want to knock off?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, I'm getting one soon. I'm going to get to work with Scorsese again. And to me, that man is a national treasure. He's the greatest director, and I just feel so damn lucky to be able to do it, man.
Yes. Hey, maybe you can call him for me and say, hey, bring Benny Dell.
Benny Dell.
New York, Benny Dell.
Benny Dell.
I got this up and coming now,
Benny Dell from the Bronx.
Benny Dell from the Bronx.
That does sound like a Scorsese action. Benny Dell.
That's Benny
great.
Dell.
Well, let's get into this last segment, guys, and get you out of here. We appreciate you guys. We got one more segment called We Gotta Ask. You don't have to answer. You can tell us to fuck off, but we gotta ask. You don't have to answer. This is a sports podcast, so we gotta ask, what is your greatest athletic achievements?
I mean, you can't compare. What am I supposed to compare?
Well, I played basketball in high school, and I got, I played varsity since a freshman. So I got
That's what I'm
4
saying,
letters.
baby.
I got the same, baby.
We're the same.
Yeah. But
Let's
I don't
go,
have your
baby.
hands, man. I don't have your hands. If I had your hands, I'll be in the NBA.
Freshman on varsity, baby.
Yeah, I never made any varsity anything. Tried to in basketball, but me and my friends are too short. I say it wasn't any big achievement, but we went back to play those varsity guys a few years later. They were destroying us. This is a half-court game. 3-pointers in our face over and over again. And I just said to my buddy Alex, I said, let's go back with the fundamentals. Let's be Bob Cousy and Jerry West.
There we go.
We started to whistle the Globetrotters theme. I was like, pick and roll, baby. Pick and roll. We did that. And we were doing it so obnoxiously, we actually found a way to win this game.
That's amazing.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We were little
That's
guys.
electric, man.
Yeah. Pick and
I
roll.
love it.
Electric, man.
Layups.
Let's get to the rim, baby.
Is there a greatest sporting event you guys have ever seen in person? A favorite sporting event?
Kobe, Shaq, Trailblazers, the Lob. I think that was to win the Western Conference Finals.
God, that is an unbelievable.
And then I got to be there for Michael Jordan's last shot in Utah Jazz. That one. Whew. That was incredible.
Those are two fucking bangers, man.
We had Shaq on, and he said that was his favorite dunk of all time. I mean, that is
The whole stadium just shot up into the air. I remember that. That was an incredible moment, man.
Benicio, anything from you?
I'm thinking, well, I did go to, I think it was 1980. And it was the Sixers versus the Lakers, and it was Magic Johnson was the finals. I think it was game 4. It's the famous game that Dr. J does that shot.
No way.
The scoop.
The scoop. You saw that live?
I was live.
No!
I was sitting up there. Yes.
That's another. Oh,
Yes,
man. You guys have
He
seen
comes
some
from the
fucking
right.
epic
Yeah, he
games.
scoops it under.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kareem is right there just watching it.
Oh, that is ill.
Yes.
So good.
It feels like slow motion every time he does it, too, man. He just floats in the air.
I think it was May 11th, 1980.
Damn, you got the dates,
Yeah, I got the
too.
day. Well, because I got the picture of the shot. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's epic, man. God damn, those are some bangers. What's on your guys' Mount Rushmore of movies? It could be ones you've been in. It could be ones
Travis put
that you
himself in
absolutely
his
love.
own list of Mount Rushmore football
What do you
players.
mean?
Oh, here comes the brothers.
He's a very modest. He's a very modest
just-
man. He's
It's just I've always wanted to be on Mount Rushmore. Okay,
Mount Rushmore of movies. I gotta say, East of Eden with James Dean. I saw that when I was 14. I gotta say, Taxi Driver with De Niro,
Yeah, baby.
Scorsese, 2001: Space Odyssey. What I don't know. I feel like we're doing our greatest 4 of all time.
I'll just go with the movie that I saw when I was a kid that really impressed me was Papillon.
Papillon was amazing.
Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
I
No, I'm gonna
not.
have to put that on the
you
list,
gotta
man.
put that
Check it
on.
out.
Yeah.
All right.
Papillon.
It's on the list.
Papillon. And then I think you mentioned on the waterfront.
On the water.
You know,
Incredible. Marlon Brando.
Marlon
boys.
Brando, yeah.
Marlon
Marlon
Brando.
Brando. That's all we had to hear. There we are. Let's go, baby.
yeah.
We kind of heard Leo mention that he saw a movie and wanted to become an actor. For both you guys, was there ever a specific moment or a specific movie that you guys watched where you knew that was like, man, I want to do that one day?
I wanted to be an actor very, very young. I remember. I remember being 4, 5 years old, and I'm like, found out you could get an agent and like do it professionally. And I just started begging my parents, take me to auditions. It was very strange. I used to imitate my parents' crazy friends that would come over to the house and do imitations of them all day and play characters. And I was like, you could do this for a job? I mean, I don't need to go be an accountant or a travel agent. I can actually do this for a job. And I was kind of like the pusher. I was the stage child. You know, they have like stage parents that are like, you have to go do this, go to this. I was like, Mom, get me to audition. Drive me there now.
You knew.
I knew. I was like, I got to get out of this neighborhood. I got to go.
I love it.
I guess for me, I came into acting a little bit later. I came to acting when I was a freshman in college. And I think I remember seeing Raging Bull.
Yeah.
And I grew up in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And so, it just reminded me of people I knew, the Italians, the Latin thing. And that movie really like, it's just like De Niro and Pesci and Kathy Moriarty. I mean,
Oh yeah.
everybody in it. It was so incredible, that movie. Yeah.
Mine was East of Eden. I think I saw that very young.
Rocky was also kind of like, I remember
Dude.
seeing Rocky and doing the egg thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was maybe
Going
10, or 9, just doing the egg thing and puking.
Yeah. Not as good as Rocky.
Yeah, not as good. Not as good. Not as good. Yeah.
Leo, once and for all, we got to know who's your team. Who are we rooting for? We got all these pictures.
We got all the
of
hats.
multiple sport. Like, is there a specific one we're going for?
It's funny. Absolutely not. No, I got no team.
No loyalty.
No loyalty to anything. I'm a Lakers fan. That's
Okay.
absolutely what I could say. But the
All right.
hats always just were like, oh, that's a cool symbol. That's a dope
Yeah.
hat. And I just started doing that my whole life. I don't know. Different college teams, different football teams, different not a lot of different basketball teams.
Do you have some favorite ones that are just because I'm the same way? Like Oakland Athletics, the hat. I just love the way it looks. It's
dope.
just so awesome.
Classic.
Seattle Supersonics, like that, like
Ooh, that was
jersey
a
and like
good
color
one, yeah.
combo. I used to love that one. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, what's your favorite you're going with, you think?
I don't know. I like the KC one. I like the Raiders hat. I like the Raiders hat back in the day. But now I just wear LA.
There you go.
Yeah. Dodgers.
Can't go wrong.
Well, you had, what do you had? You had a Bulls
I had a
hat
Bulls
on.
hat on the other day. Yeah, I
Ooh, like a
love
classic, like an old school
Old
Bulls?
school
or-
Bulls, yeah.
Oh,
old-
man, that's what I'm talking about. I'm all about the old vintage flat brims with the from the 90s. Any 90s hockey, basketball, or baseball logo, I'm all in on it, man.
Kansas City is a good one.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They're not changing that thing anytime soon.
No, no. I have a vintage one from the 80s of Kansas City. Yeah, football. Yeah,
Let's go.
It's cool.
Well, come on out to Arrowhead.
yeah.
Benicio,
I
come
love
on
to.
out, baby.
I love to. Yes,
Get this thing rocking for you, brother.
let's go.
What's the best note a director has ever given you guys?
I guess I had a director. I think it was Oliver Stone. Once I was doing a scene, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Penetrate."
Penetrate.
Yeah, you're staying on the 3-point line. Penetrate. Bring it in. Get in there. Yeah. And I thought that was cool.
Got to get into the paint, baby.
Yeah, get into the pen, draw a foul.
Get dirty, baby.
Yeah, I think when we're talking about, I guess I told a whole bunch of negative oh wow moments, right?
No.
But my big oh wow moment was being able to do a film with De Niro called This Boy's Life. I was 16 years old. That was like I can't believe I'm on set coming from television, doing this great show called Growing Pains. But then, damn, you're on a set with Robert De Niro,
Yeah.
and
Holy
the
shit,
seriousness, the focus, just the way I remember walking, the whole set went quiet. I'm like, what's everyone so nervous about? I'm like, Jesus Christ, let's joke around here. I was like, and then to watch this guy's focus. And I remember I had like a scene with him where I needed to like step up. And I remember the director saying, watch him. He goes, pain is temporary, film is forever. Pain is temporary, film is forever. I was like, got it. That was like the note that
Hell yeah.
hit me the
yeah.
hardest.
Leo, I got to ask, one of my favorite movies of all time. You've been asked this 1,000 times, but I got to ask. One of my favorite movies of all time is Shutter Island.
Oh, cool.
Do you does he know? Does he know what's happening at the end?
I think Scorsese wanted that to be
Open-ended?
Open-ended. I got my answer.
Yeah.
I got my answer. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what my answer is. My answer is he couldn't deal with the pain of what had happened to him, and he decides to go in and sort of end the pain. He couldn't deal with it.
He has that look back at the end of it where it's like, yeah, he knows what's happening.
That was my answer. But these directors don't like to.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't keep it obscure.
Speaking of open questions, we got one last question for you guys. We get asked all the time. Jason was a former linebacker turned offensive center. I was a ex-quarterback turned tight end. We get asked all the time what it would have been like if we would have switched positions or if we didn't switch positions. So we wanted to ask you guys if you could act in one role that the other person had starred in. Who would you want to be, you think?
Damn. It's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, Sicario that would have been a cool thing to do.
Okay. Oh,
Traffic was amazing, but Sicario, that guy was ridiculous. You see him?
thank you. I like to watch that. I like to watch that.
Kill him in
Yes.
front of his family.
That shit, badass.
Yeah.
That
I would
is
say Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good
That one looks
answers.
fun, man.
Good
That
answers.
Yeah, do the breakdance. Yeah.
All right, the breakdancer finally came
my
back.
gosh, that's amazing.
Dudes, thank you so much for this. This was a fucking blast, man. Thank you for your
guys.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for blessing us with this
God bless
movie.
you,
This movie
yeah.
is so badass. Cannot wait to see how the world reacts to this thing. And
People
thank
got to
you
go
guys for
see it in the
time,
theaters too. You got to tell them
Yep.
to go see it in the theaters, man.
Man. Oh yeah.
In
Yeah.
theaters, don't wait for this thing to come out and watch it from your living room. Get the true experience this Friday, September 26th. Check it right now. One battle after another. Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro. Thank you so
Yes,
much, guys.
sir.
You guys are the
Thank you,
best.
guys.
Thank you,
That was
guys.
amazing.
Thank you.